Hello Cancer, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. We're switching up the spread for this round of love readings. We're looking at your past, present, and future energy in love. The goal is to really look at what have you been through in your relationships, how is that impacting you now, and what are your blockages, and what do you need to know moving forward to attract the love that you truly deserve and desire. As I do in all of my readings, I've pulled the overall energy and clarified those messages as well as the overall theme for the reading, which we'll jump into in just a second. But I still have the tarot deck I will be using, and then the clarification deck and the advice deck that I'll be using to close out the reading in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. You're going to have to bear with me. I am coming out of having the flu. A flu-like thing. I don't actually know if it was the flu, but it wasn't just a cold. I don't know. But I obviously sound a little stuffed up. I'm feeling tons better. I'm happy to be here doing readings. Yeah, just bear with me on the voice side of things. All right, Cancer, let's start by looking at your recent past. You have sweet nothings with the 10 of Cups in reverse. So this is typically what you experience in relationships. The sweet nothings card at the very top is kind of all talk and no action. It says see beyond the flattery. I feel like you have a tendency or have had a tendency in your past, Cancer, to fall for the potential of people. So the idea of them that you create based on who you think that they could be or should show up as instead of how they actually show up as. And I feel like you have a draw to these people for some reason that's ultimately trying to be healed through this these kind of dynamics, because I feel like you have this you see this potential in somebody or in a relationship, and then that person doesn't ever show up as that potential. You end up getting hurt or let down, and I feel like that cycle has kept you from being able to fully open up your energy to attract the love that you are truly desiring of, because in your current energy you have temptation with tempting with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like, maybe you have a tendency to fall for people's words, or, maybe they'll do things sometimes to make you feel really loved and valued, but then most of the time they're lacking that. And I feel like you have a tendency to kind of get drawn into those people. And again, kind of get looped back into seeing that potential, which has kept you from being able, with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, from being able to attract the opportunity that's really meant for you. And maybe this is one connection in particular that you continue to kind of get drawn back into, even though I feel like there's a part of you that knows this connection isn't maybe what's best for you. Now, this doesn't just have to be romantic. Our relationships our platonic relationships with friends and family, that can also keep us from being able to attract the love that we truly are looking for. So try to think outside the box if you aren't dealing with anyone romantic, because this could definitely still be your reading. In your immediate future, you have rest in peace with the sun. So the happiness and fulfillment that you're looking for in your relationships is still very possible for you. But this rest in peace card is kind of like laying to rest the relationships that continue to show up as less than what you're deserving of. The relationships and the people that continue to disappoint you or hurt you or affect you in a negative way. Because the overall theme for the reading is worth waiting for. It says divine timing is at work in your love life. The relationships that you're truly deserving of are worth waiting for. And you are not expected to settle for anything less than what it is you are truly deserving of. So the less that you settle, the more you attract what it is that you're deserving of. The more that you settle or get pulled into the potential of people, or accepting something that is oh, this is okay, but maybe it'll be something better later on, that actually keeps you from being able to attract the love that you're really looking for. So I don't know. I feel like there's a lot going on in this reading. This could be about one person in particular. This could be about different connections that you're dealing with. So remember to take it as it resonates. But let's start, Cancer, with this recent past energy. You have sweet nothings with the 10 of Cups in reverse. This is for Cancer's recent past. What does Cancer need to know about their past energy in love? Confusion. Seven of Cups with Nine of Wands in reverse. I feel like there's this energy of not really knowing what to think or feel. You know, I think that sometimes we're dealing with people who have a really good, they're really good at making us see them as we want to see them, even if they're not actually capable of being that person. I feel like you have a tendency of attracting those people into your life, or at the very least, because toxic people or people that, are all talk, no action, or, sweet talkers, if you will, those people are abundant in this world, in this life. So you're going to run into them. The trick is learning not to let them, have too much access to you, and to not pour into those people. And I feel like with the Seven of Cups energy, this is this energy of not really knowing what to believe. Do I believe people's words? Do I believe, I have strong feelings for this person? Does that make this all worth it? We have to learn to look at what truly is worth it, is how somebody makes us feel. And when somebody is making you feel alone or undervalued or underappreciated or not loved, that is a sign from the universe that that person is not capable of being what it is that you truly deserve and desire. And when that is the case, we have to take a deeper look and say, okay, so why do I believe that this is as good as it can get for me? If this person isn't aligning with what it is I truly deserve and desire, why am I pouring into them? Why am I giving them so much of my time and energy? Is it because I don't think I can have anything better? Is it because I don't think that I'm deserving of more? Because I feel like you get it's like this confusion. Well, this person said these things, or, they acted this way sometimes, which made me feel like, they did really care about me. But one of the things that I've learned in connections is so important is consistency. The right people will consistently treat you well. They will consistently communicate. They will consistently show up for you. And lack of consistency is, at the core level, lack of respect. All right. What else does Cancer need to know about this past energy here? I feel like you've experienced quite a few, or maybe one big, just failed relationship or separation from something that you really thought was meant for you. And this, I feel like it's a pattern, though. It could be a pattern with one person or a pattern with just past people in general. And it's created this frustration within you, this belief that you're not good enough for the love you truly deserve and desire. When somebody repeatedly treats us poorly, it's going to start to affect our self-worth. We're going to start to believe the way that they make us feel, right? And that's kind of where we have to learn that how other people treat us is not an indication of our value, but an indication of how much they value us. And how somebody else values us is more of a reflection of them than it is of us. But when we take it personally, we start to take on their insecurities, fears, and doubts that they're projecting onto us. And that's why we have to learn that our value is separate from how other people value us, and the right people will value you in the way that you deserve to be valued. And I feel like because you've been through this cycle of, seeing the potential in somebody and being let down by that potential, you've come to believe that there's something wrong with you, or that you're not good enough, or you're not capable of the love that you deserve and desire. And that isn't true. You don't want to take on the burden that other people have placed on you, because other people, who are all talk, no action, who don't have the ability to commit or stay consistent to a connection, that's their own problem. That's absolutely no indication of what's going on with you. So it makes plenty of sense that this has been a frustrating experience for you, because I think that, we obviously want to see the best in people, especially when we love and care about someone. We want to believe the best in them. And I'm not saying you shouldn't do that, but you don't want to do that to the extent that you ignore how somebody does treat you and how somebody does make you feel. And I feel like you have a tendency to do that. It's like you have the tendency to see the good in people, like to a fault almost, because you ignore how the not so good makes you feel in the end. What else does Cancer need to know about this past energy and love? Let me clarify the Ten of Wands in reverse. It came out, it felt like it needed to. Ooh, Ten of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Sun. Okay, so this is what you're wanting. Ten of Cups, Six of Cups. But you're getting this. Two of Cups in reverse. Separation, distance, lack. This Ten of Wands in reverse is this energy of taking on the burdens of other people, trying to change them, trying to turn a situation into something, trying to turn something a situation into something that it isn't. I truly have learned that the number one way that we set up ourselves for heartbreak is by trying to change other people. I think that it's hard when we do see that potential in other people, and we know that maybe them reaching that potential is not just good for us, but good for them too, because you want to love them, you want to be there for them, you want to give them everything that they've never experienced before, but you also want to receive that, right? But when we focus so much on loving other people into change, or showing our value so that other people value us, what we're doing is we're actually coming from this place of believing that we are not lovable or valuable unless somebody else loves or values us. And that is absolutely not true. But when you believe that that's the case, you're going to continue to experience things that make you believe that you are unlovable and not valuable, because at the core, that's the energy that you're coming from. So, so much of the time, when we're trying to change other people, and we're trying to get them to treat us better and to constantly, tell them, I'm deserving of more, please treat me better, please treat me better. What we're actually doing is we're saying, please see my value so that I can know that I'm valuable. Because if we knew that we were valuable and deserving of the love that we desire and deserve, we would stop putting up with that. You would set a boundary, you would distance yourself, and you wouldn't allow that energy into your life. So if you are, that's nothing to be ashamed of, and you're not doing anything wrong, okay? The love that we accept into our life is the love that we believe that we are capable of receiving. So if that is the limit of what you've ever experienced, that's going to be as good as you think it can get. So you're going to accept it because you're going to say, if I don't have it, then I'm never going to have it. But that's why you have worth waiting for. The love that you truly deserve and desire is worth waiting for. You are not required to sacrifice your needs, your values in order to have it. You do not have to prove to anybody that you are valuable or lovable in order to have it. So this is about dropping the burdens of other people. Sure, other people might need to change. Other people might need to treat people better. Other people might need to, value themselves, love themselves more so that they can show up for, better for others. So all those things could be true, but you have no control over any of that. We have no control over how other people treat us. We only have control over how we respond to how other people treat us. So if you're focusing so much on how somebody needs to change, you're focusing on the wrong thing, because it's never about them. It's always about what's going on within us. So how is all of this? Because this is a pattern. This isn't just a one-time thing. This is your pattern in your past. So current energy for you, Cancer, is you're tempted to either go back to that or to stay in a pattern that's like that, trying to change someone, which is keeping you from the love you're truly deserving of. So current energy here for Cancer. Current energy for Cancer, please. Yeah, Nine of Swords. All right. Oof. Okay, there you are. Queen of Cups, whether you're male or female, doesn't matter. Queen of Cups, Five of Cups, Nine of Swords, Empress in reverse, Moon. A lot of this is kind of saying the same thing, though. Okay, so I promise I feel okay. I just don't sound like I feel okay. The hardest part about attracting the love that you deserve and desire, and this goes actually not just with attracting the love that you deserve and desire, but attracting the life that you deserve and desire, is you have to get so clear on what it is that you want, and what you want to feel. I want to feel loved and abundant and respected and secure and safe, and like I'm in a relationship with the perfect person for me. What do you want to feel, right? And then you have to learn to be so willing to commit to accepting nothing less than that. And that part is the hardest part, because that comes with facing the fear that you'll never have it, the insecurities that you're not good enough for it, and the disappointment that comes whenever someone isn't capable of showing up as it. And that's what this is: the fear, the insecurity, and the disappointment. I think that we learn over time, or we think we learn over time, what's possible for us in love, but you're not learning what's possible for you. You've learned what you believe is possible for you. And now is the time to break out of that barrier that you've placed on yourself and your life. Because you've been let down. People have disappointed you. Some people are going to do that. And that's why, I think that I'll often see on my channel, the love I deserve and desire isn't possible because all men or all women are emotionally unavailable, or all people, everyone cheats, or no one knows how to commit, or whatever the case is. And it's like, that's actually not true. Not every single person on this earth is emotionally unavailable or doesn't know how to commit, but that's what you believe because that's what you've been through, right? This is your experience, and your experience is absolutely valid, but your experience is not inherently what's true. It's what you've come to believe is true. So when we get clear on what we want and we start to believe that we can have that, and we stop settling for anything that doesn't align with that, that's where we actually create it. But that's hard because, again, you have to face the fear that you'll never have it, the insecurity that says that you're not good enough for it, and the disappointment when people don't level or don't match that. But facing this in the short term, being willing to say, this isn't aligning with me, this isn't good enough for me, and I know it. And distancing yourself from it is so much easier than trying to change it and getting hurt over and over again when something doesn't change. One of the hardest things that I've learned in my life is that there are people who just don't change. Some people never change. And I've had to deal with this with family members. I've had to deal with this with people that I have deeply loved and cared about so incredibly much that, yes, there's an emptiness because this person is not, these people are not in my life anymore. But I've also learned that emptiness, first of all, it heals over time. And second of all, it is worth not having those people in my life because of the pain that them not changing caused me. And I'm not talking romantic. This is, platonic, familial relationships. And the more that I learned to kind of set my boundary and stop letting these people continuously have access to me and almost like have the opportunity to hurt me, the more that I removed that access for them to have that opportunity, the more that I protected myself and my peace, and I attracted love that was beyond anything that I've ever experienced before. And, I think that we have to learn that we really do accept what we believe we are deserving of. And love is not something that is, there is not a lack of love. We believe there is a lack of love because that's what we've experienced, but there's not a lack of love. And the more that you come from this place of believing that you can have the love that you deserve and desire, you just have to believe that. Like, it sounds so cheesy. You just got to believe that and show up in that capacity. Stop accepting it. Stop going back to people that don't treat you well. Stop allowing people to have the opportunity to let you down when they've let you down time and time again. It's not about who you attract. It's about who you give access to your mind, body, spirit. Okay. What else does Cancer need to know about their current energy? Okay. Ace of Swords with the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Here is the hardest thing. We see the potential in people, right? In connections and in relationships. And, when we see the potential in someone, it's because we see glimpses of that person. Well, sometimes they're really nice to me, or sometimes they show me that who they could really be. But then most of the time, they're showing up as someone different, or the capacity that they're able to, the person that they're able to be right now. Because people can only meet us where they're at right now. And those glimpses, we hold on to those and we say, gosh, things could be really, really good if these people or this person could be who I know that they could be or who they are in some of these moments. But the more that we hold on to who somebody is, like some of the time, and accept who they are majority of the time, the more that we're actually accepting the limitation of where that person is at. But we have this fear that we could miss out. What if I missed out on what this person could be? What if this person changed and I'm not there to see it? You have to learn that what is meant for you. And this, I feel like this is the core thing, the core like message of this reading. What is meant for you will absolutely never pass you. And anything that is meant for you will never be lost by setting a boundary or speaking your truth. Anything that is lost by setting a boundary or speaking your truth is not a loss, it is alignment. And the more that we lose the things that don't align with us, the more we open ourselves up to the things that do. So there's this fear of losing or missing out on an opportunity in your life. If you don't try to change someone, or if you don't accept them for who they are right now, thinking that they might change later on. Or maybe this is just a habit with people in your life in general. You know, when you meet someone new and you're like, well, they're okay, you know, but they could be really good if X, Y, Z. And so you invest in them out of hopes that things change or that they get better or that they treat you well in the end. And then that never changes and you get hurt in the end, right? Something that I learned to do from the beginning, and I kind of joke with my fiance about this, is I laid it all out on the table when I was dating. I was like, this is what I'm about, this is what I'm looking for. And like, it wasn't like talking kids and marriage on the first date or anything like that. But being able to say, listen, I'm looking for a commitment. I'm looking for someone who knows how to show up. I'm looking for somebody who is willing to grow. I'm looking for somebody who is able at a place in their life where they're able to commit. And when I put that out there, and I got honest with what it is that I deserve and desired, I weeded out a lot of people that were like, no, that's not me. And I was like, that's fine. And then I moved on and was able to eventually attract my fiance. And I remember the night that we sat down and I kind of had that conversation. I was like, listen, this is what I'm about. This is what I'm looking for. And he was like, same. And I was like, cool, let's do this, you know. And it allowed us to kind of get that stuff out of the way. So there was clear expectations and clear communication, and we both knew what we were looking for out of it. And I feel like so much of the time, I especially think in past relationships, I'd go into it and I'd be like, this is okay, but it isn't what I deserve, or it isn't what I'm looking for. And then I'd try to force it to be something it's not, or change it into something different, or change myself to be something different. And then in the end, I'd get disappointed. I saw this girl, she had a TikTok that she had a TikTok that really for some reason spoke to me. And I don't remember her name or even like really what she said in the video, but she was basically talking about how she recognized in her relationships that, you know, it was basically like she was a size 11 in jeans, and the relationships that she had were like a size 2 or a size 1 or 2 in jeans. And she was like, I was trying to, you know, stretch these jeans to be something I could fit in, or change myself, you know, try to starve myself or work out all hours of the day to try to fit myself into these jeans. But at the end of the day, those jeans weren't meant for me. They might have been, in my mind, the perfect pair of jeans, and I loved the way that they looked, but there were better jeans for me out there. It's a silly analogy, but, you know, so much of the time I think we try to change other people or change ourselves to be what other people want. And that tries to force us into places that weren't actually really meant for us in the first place. So the universe is saying, when things are ripped out from underneath you and connections don't work out, and you know, people don't, there's rejection involved, or people don't show up in the way that you want them to, that is literally a sign from the universe is saying, that's not meant for you. Not that you can't have what it is you want and desire. It's not further proof that you aren't good enough. It's just the universe's way of saying that that's not it for you. And what is meant for you is definitely worth waiting for. But it's not worth waiting for while spending time investing in things that aren't meant for you. So much of the time I think we say, oh, well, if I invest in these people, eventually better. That's not how it works. We have to learn to face the time being alone and face the short-term discomfort that comes with walking away from things that don't serve us. I feel like you have a tendency to be a little tempted to go, you know, to go back into this dynamic, and the universe is saying it's worth it to put this dynamic to bed and to keep pushing forward, believing you are deserving and capable of more. slowly but surely. Okay, well, all right, Six of Pentacles in reverse. Hang on, I want to clarify the Six of Pentacles in reverse, because that message is actually not what I thought it was at first. Ah, yes, okay. You're frustrated because in your relationships, you're receiving way less than what you're giving. And you have a right to be frustrated. You are deserving of more than what you've been experiencing and what you've been accepting. But are you trying to change somebody else into giving more? Are you trying to prove that you're deserving of more? Are you waiting on somebody to value you, waiting on someone to change? Because if you are, you're going to be spending a long, long time waiting. What can you do? How can you stop investing in people who don't invest in you? How can you stop giving so much to people who don't give to you? How can you stop pouring into people who don't pour into you? Slowly but surely, this cycle has to close. And it's not something that's going to close overnight, because I feel like this is a habit that's very ingrained in you, Cancer. And breaking out of this habit is breaking out of the energy of chasing with the Knight of Swords in reverse here. I feel like you have a tendency to chase, and then it gets frustrating when what it is that you're trying to force or control isn't coming to fruition. We have to get so good at accepting people as they are, whether we believe they are our twin flame or our soulmate or the love of our life. Stop labeling people and start seeing them for who they really are, and learning that the lesson doesn't come in from a label or a title or something that we believe someone is. It comes from how somebody makes us feel. And when we're willing to get more in tune with that, then the idea that we have of what something can be, and we act from that capacity of saying, I am deserving of feeling more than this, I'm deserving of being loved, I'm deserving of being chosen, I'm deserving of being seen, and we recognize that the right people will do those things, we will stop investing in the wrong situations. But this is the cycle of, continuing to look for love in people who literally have shown you that they are not capable of giving it to you. The love that you deserve and desire is worth waiting for. You don't want to go back to old cycles. The old cycle, this is always going to end up the same. You're going to end up hurt, disappointed, at a lack. So if that doesn't work, how can you change your approach moving forward? What can you do different? All right. And also the other thing is, we will always want to make sure that we're paying attention more to not how we feel about someone, but how someone makes us feel. If you have strong feelings for someone and you're super drawn to someone, but they make you feel lonely and unloved and undervalued, that is what is more important, because how you feel matters. Cancer, how you feel matters. All right, what does Cancer need to know moving forward in order to attract the love they deserve and desire? What does Cancer need to know moving forward? Okay. Oh, that's entirely too many. Okay, clear, concise messages, one at a time. What does Cancer need to know moving forward? Woo! That was a 10 of Cups, peeking out. Your limiting beliefs, 8 of Swords, 3 of Wands in reverse, will keep you playing it safe in love. If you limit yourself to what you think is possible, and you say, only emotionally unavailable people exist, therefore I need to take emotionally unavailable people and try to make emotionally available, or I need to try to change this person, or I need to try to prove to this person that I'm valuable. When we have a limit, when we place this limit in our lives based on what we think is possible for us, we will find ourselves constantly disappointed, because you are going. It's like if you have this big dream or goal, but you don't think you can do it. It's like you're going to choose not to try instead of try and fail, because it's like you feel like you're going to fail. It's like you believe you're going to fail, so you're like, why would I even try? I know I'm going to fail, so I'm not even going to try. When we don't believe that the love that we truly deserve and desire is possible, or that, if we don't believe that what is meant for us will never pass us, we will try to control, and we'll try to manipulate outcomes and situations so that we can keep what it is that we think we need in our life because we think that nothing better will ever come along. And the universe is saying it is time to put those beliefs to rest. With this rest in peace, put that habit to bed. Where the love that you deserve and desire, the sun, the 10 of cups, what it is you're looking for, that is possible. It is worth waiting for. But you have been spending a lot of time settling. Cancer, settling for way less than what you deserve. And you might not think it's that big of a deal, but it's taking up so much of your energy that it's keeping you from what is really meant for you. So these limiting beliefs, it's not your fault. And I'm not sitting here saying that, oh, this is your fault, you should be so ashamed. What I am saying is that we have limiting beliefs on what's possible for us because of what we've experienced. And when we've been let down time and time again, and people have made us feel unlovable or not good enough, we are going to start to believe that. And it is our responsibility, because our trauma isn't our fault, but it is our responsibility to get to the core of those beliefs and say, why do I think this is as good as it can get for me? Why do I think this is all I deserve? Why do I think that I can't have what it is that I truly deserve and desire? Well, I've been taught that. Look at this proof. This person hurt me. This person didn't love me. My mom, my dad, whatever the case was. This is the proof that I'm not good enough for the love that I'm deserving and desiring that I've been carrying around. When in reality, it's not actual proof. It's not inherently what is true. It is what you have come to believe is true. And getting in tune with those beliefs is what can help you get in tune with why you've accepted so much less than what it is that you deserve, and why you've gone back to people and situations that don't align with what it is you deserve. Immediate future for Cancer. Your people are worth waiting for, not just romantically, but platonically too. There are people out there. You have not met everybody who is meant to love you. There are people out there who are meant to love you for you, but they can't find you if you're not choosing them. And if you're choosing so much less than what you deserve, you're not choosing what you do deserve. All right, what does Cancer need to know moving forward? Positive changes. Wheel of Fortune, 6 of Pentacles. Positive changes are on the other side of the cycle. That seems to kind of be like a theme for these love readings. I've never done the past, present, and future love readings before on my channel, but they all kind of seem to have the same theme of there's a cycle. The cycle has kind of been a little bit different for each reading, but the cycle is what keeps you from what it is you deserve and desire, which is always the case. We're always caught up in cycles, and the cycles can be repeating old patterns, or it can open us up for what's possible in our future. But these positive changes that you're looking for, they are possible, and like they're here with the sun, like all these wonderful things. But then you have this 8 of Swords. These limiting beliefs are what's ultimately blocking them. So don't allow, you don't have to fully believe that the love that you deserve and desire is going to come, okay? But you have to be willing to have the faith that you're willing to face the fear that you will never have it, meaning that you stop settling and you stop investing in people that aren't good for you, and that you stop, giving yourself to people that don't, reciprocate. That means that's where the belief comes from. You don't have to be like, oh, I fully believe, you can kind of believe and try to lean into the faith and start acting from that place. Because when you break down the law of attraction, what you think is what you believe is how you act. So if your actions align with, I am capable of having the love that I deserve and desire, meaning that I'm going to wait for it, I'm not going to settle for anything less than it, that's where you create it. All right, last card. Immediate future for Cancer. What does Cancer need to know moving forward? So the positive changes are on the other side of these limiting beliefs, and the universe is saying, trust me, it's worth waiting for. There's been a little bit of self-sabotage here, Cancer. Ooh, there's a sun. In your past here, because there's the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and I feel like this is kind of alluding to the self-sabotage which has kept you from the sun, is the universe is saying you've given too much time and energy to things that aren't good enough for you, that aren't meant for you, that aren't deserving of your time and your energy. Now, everything is deserving of love. Like, you can give love out to everybody. Love is not conditional. You don't have to say, I only love you if you love me. In fact, learning to come from a place of unconditional love while still having that same unconditional love for yourself is the key. And that means coming from this place of saying, yes, I love you and I see your potential, but I love me enough to know that I can't continue to allow you to treat me this way or speak to me this way or, give me less than what it is that I truly deserve. And so The universe is saying settling for things that aren't meant for you is keeping you, with the Knight of Wands in reverse, from the sun. Because here's the sun, right? The happiness, the fulfillment you're looking for. So there are certain things that need to be laid to rest. Certain connections, certain habits, certain behaviors in relationships that the universe is saying, if you knew, I've talked about this in other readings this week or this round too, but if you knew that, if the universe came down and was like, you know what, Cancer, there is somebody out there or there are people out there that are here to love you in the way that you've always wanted. But those people can't find you unless you, and I kind of already said this, but think of it this way. And these people can't find you, or you can't find them, if you're settling for anything less than what it is that you deserve and desire. But you know, if the universe is like, but they're out there, and you knew that, and like you had this promise from the universe that they were out there, you would act so different, right? You would stop settling, because you would be like, oh, there's something better for me. The universe said that if this doesn't align with what I deserve, then there's something out there that does. But you doubt that. And that fear and not having that is what keeps you from what it is that that keeps you from it. So when you can come from a place of believing that it exists and it's worth waiting for, that divine timing is at play, now the universe is saying, don't settle for anything less. Don't settle for we're done looking at the potential of people. We're taking people as they show us that they are. When people show you who they are, believe them the first time, act from the capacity, be honest and clear about what you need to, and act from the capacity of believing that you can have the love that you deserve and desire, because that's what's going to create it. Okay, we're going to hop on over to the extended. The extended is focusing on what you can do right now to ensure you're moving forward in alignment with your higher self to attract the love you deserve and desire. Any information for that is in the description box below. Thank you so much, Cancer, as always, for your support of my channel. I do obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, Cancer, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Cancer.